today we're making tomato and vegetable pasta. It's super easy and it's great because you can add whatever vegetables you would like to it. The first thing we're going to do is get a white onion, chop it nice and fine, and we'll pop that in our pan along with some oil to soften that. One half done. While I'm chopping the other half, I'm going to heat up some oil in the pan so it's nice and warm for when we're ready to add it. I'm just going to add that in gently. So while that is softening, I'm going to chop up the vegetables, which we're going to add in shortly after. So what I've chosen to do today is butternut squash. I've got some peppers, a few mushrooms as well. So we're going to start by chopping those. I'm going to do my butternut squash first so I can get that in nice and early. As it's quite large, I've just chopped the top off. I'm going to take the skin off there and chop that into nice small cubes, and that'll be enough to add into my pasta. show you can see that it's just tiny there, so it'll be nice and easy to cook within our pasta sauce. So I'm going to put my butternut squash just in a bowl to the side for the moment. And as those onions are softening nicely, we're going to add some garlic to that. So I've got a garlic bulb and we're just going to break that open. And pull out 2 to 3 cloves, depending on how much you like garlic. And we're going to take the skin off of those. Sometimes it's easier to chop the top and the bottom and that'll come off easily. So I've got a garlic crusher here. I'm going to open that up, pop the clove of garlic in and squeeze it into the pan. Okay, so I'm going to add in some spices to that too. I've got some mixed herbs. I'm going to add in about half a teaspoon of that. And if you do like chilli, you can also add in some of that as well. I'm going to add in my butternut squash. And I'm going to get my other vegetables chopped ready to go into. So I'm going to use probably half a yellow and half a red pepper. I've also got a couple of mushrooms which I'm going to dice nice and thin to go in there. So with your pepper, you're going to want to cut that in half, roughly. And you'll need to get all of the seeds and all of the white out of the middle. And I'm going to chop that finely too. And you'll do the same with the red pepper. I'm going to add those into my pan. And as I said, I've got a couple of mushrooms which I'm just going to dice finely too. You can see the colours in there are looking lovely. So I'm going to leave those for about 5 or so minutes just so all those vegetables can start to cook, and then we'll come back and we'll add in our tin of tomatoes. Okay, so the vegetables have just been cooking for about 5 or so minutes and they're starting to go nice and soft. What we're going to do is add in a tin of chopped tomatoes. Mix that up. and that is going to continue to cook for about another 15 minutes. So while that is cooking, we can now start to boil our pasta. So in the meantime, I have just boiled my kettle, and in a large pan I'm going to add some pasta. You can do any shaped pasta you want, or you could do spaghetti. Now, how much you need depends on how many you're going to be cooking for. I'm just cooking for one person, so I'm just going to put in enough pasta for myself. The vegetable mix that we have made is going to cook for more than one person, but I'm going to be able to pop that aside and have that another day. So it's really down to you to judge how much pasta that you will need. So I'm going to put that back on the hob. I'm going to pour my boiling water in there and turn the hob on, and that will boil for about another 15 minutes. So they should be ready around about the same time. Just remember in those 15 minutes to keep an eye on your sauce, give that stir every now and then. It's been about 15 minutes. I'm just going to have a look at my vegetables. They're all nice and soft, so I've taken them off of the heat and the pasta is ready. So I'm just going to drain that out of the sink quickly, and I'm going to pop them straight back into the pan. So my pasta is back in the pan, but it has no water in there. I'm just going to add a few bits of spinach to my sauce. I'm going to rip that up so it's nice and small. Just fold that in. So what I'm going to do is just use a spoon and take out the amount of vegetables and sauce I need, add that into my pasta and give that a good mix. And as they've both just come off of the heat, they can be served up straight away. And there is your vegetable and tomato pasta.